It's that time. I'm not talking about when kids go back to school. I'm talking about the arrival of America's new favorite pastime, fantasy football! For the truly uninformed, this is when you amass a collection of players that is hopefully going to outscore whatever feeble opponent you're facing. If you do that from week to week, you are going to be well on the way to winning your league. The important step in this process is the draft. It's important. You got to give it some thought. You're probably thinking I'm going to give you some draft tips, how to assemble the optimal roster. My methods, unfortunately, are too complicated to convey to you people in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I will, along the way, sprinkle in some wisdom nuggets, though, to give you some pointers, such as not picking a quarterback first. Almost always a bad idea. Really, you're going to want to wait on that. It's wisdom nugget number 1. Instead, I'm going to be talking about the different draft types available to you and also the pros and cons of each. The simplest is the auto draft. What you do is you just take your players, rank them by order of preference, and the computer will kindly pick for you according to that predetermined order. Just does its thing, spits out the teams, no sweat, right? Does that sound appealing to anybody?
No.
That sounds downright prosaic to me. Inject some energy into the process, a little bit of strategy. Get together, go online, at least get together online. Go on your computer, oh, whoops, it's not capturing. Okay, I'm over there now. Go online, you're gonna pick one by one the players that you want. Takes a little bit longer, but eliminates the problem of the computer saying, oh, you're gonna get 8 wide receivers and 2 running backs. Computers are not as smart as you think. That's why they don't coach football teams. You ever see a robot out there? I don't think so. Also, there's this little window down in the lower right-hand corner for trash talk, or psychological warfare. If you want to be a little less brutal, maybe more civilized, you can start a little friendly chat with some folks. What you want to do is divert their attention. And then when their turn comes up, they're all flummoxed, they don't know what's going on, they're taking Tony Romo. That's wisdom nugget number 2. You might be patting yourself on the back, clapping and cheering because you outsmarted your opponents, but really, you just look like a sad little geek in the corner on your computer all by yourself. Let me tell you something. Nobody cares about your fantasy team. Don't go posting on Facebook. You're just going to look like those people that post pictures of every meal they've ever eaten. Don't do it. That's wisdom nugget number 3. My personal preference is a twist on the computerized online draft. I'm going over here. So how this works is you all huddle together in the same place. You've got some human interaction going on. You've got folks showing up in their gear, their favorite team. There's a big Packers fan. Well, she's not big. I mean, there's a lot of big Packers fans. She's not one of them. But she shows up with her Aaron Rodgers jersey on, number 12. She's got her cheese head on, which, if you don't know, it's a dunce cap in the shape of a cheese wedge. People have no self-respect. They wear these things. Proving sometimes you can judge a book by its cover, she takes Aaron Rodgers in the first round along with 3 other Packers. Don't be blinded by team loyalty. That's nugget number 4. Also, sometimes you get folks that show up at these meetings, they got their draft sheet, and throughout the process, they're guarding this thing like they're a submarine commander with super secret documents containing nuclear launch codes covered in salsa, nacho cheese, and bean dip. You got some people that are very quiet, serious about it. You have other folks that are pretty boisterous, talk about how they're going to Hulk smash your team because you picked Peyton Manning in the first round. Anybody who's been part of a fantasy draft knows that part of the fun is the interaction, seeing the misery and the agony on the faces of the people whose draft picks you just stole. Anybody who's done fantasy football has been in that position. They know the feeling. There's a guy you want to pick so bad, and that jerk right in front of you goes ahead and snatches him out of your clutches. Sometimes you're that jerk. It's going to happen. Just deal with it, all right? That's nugget number 5. There's one other method, perhaps arguably the best, certainly the most interactive, is the big board draft. You got it on somebody's wall, big old sheet of paper, you got the different rounds, the different draft picks. The owners go up, they pick somebody, stick them on the board. The drama gets kicked up a notch. They're in front, everybody see their preparation or lack of it is laid bare. The drawback, though, is sometimes people don't show up. You're going to have lazy family and friends. They're going to call it in. They can't keep up with the picks, inevitably. They're dragging down the process. It doesn't always work out so well. You want to have everybody show up. Another drawback is it's not an automated tool. So it requires some more work. It takes some more time. You're an hour into the process. You're looking at your watch. We're barely halfway there. Okay, well, it's been a lot of fun. Now it's just dragging. That's the other downfall of the process. So as you can see, there's a lot of ways to tackle this draft process. If you don't like the people you're dealing with or you don't know them very well, go ahead and do online. You'll do just fine with that. But if you do know the people, this is a worthwhile event. Huddle everybody up, kick off the season right, and don't forget those wisdom nuggets.